fam. So today I'm gonna be doing this look right here. This is my entry for the Nyx Face Awards. I'm super excited about this because I love the way that this turned out, and I'm just really excited of how it turned out, and I really hope you guys are too. And if you guys don't know, if I make the top 30, you guys will have a chance to help me make it to the next levels by voting. I will keep you guys up to date on my social media. That is Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And they are also at Beautybyjosiek. And yeah. If you have not yet, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. It's that little red button down there, and it's free. And if you click that, and then you click the bell notification on next to it, you will never miss another one of my videos. And I also have a Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter, and I talk to y'all mostly on those platforms. Alright guys, so to start this tutorial off, we are going to make the spines with air drying clay, and you're just going to roll these out. And the trick to this is to make a whole bunch, so that if you mess up on the prosthetic, you have more to fall back on. Then, what we're going to do is start to make a latex sheet. So I'm just using a little folder here. You want something that things peel off easily, and you're going to cover it in latex and let that dry completely before applying your second layer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a latex paste with flour and latex, and this just gives the latex a little bit more of a thicker consistency, and we are going to start to put this together on the mannequin head. So make a little stripe on the mannequin head with some latex, and then arrange the spines where you would like them to go and stick them on. Once you have them in the position that you would like them to be on the headpiece, you are going to go in with your latex paste over each spine. And then a trick to working with this and blending it out is to dip your fingers in latex before you start to blend it out with your finger. It makes it so much easier to work with. And then we're going to move on to the ear pieces and the fin pieces. All I did was rearrange the spines in the shape that I would like the ears and the fins, and then I drew around them and covered them in latex. I did about 3 layers of latex, letting each layer dry before you apply the next one. Then when you're removing the latex from any surface, you always want to powder the whole thing. This is super important so the latex doesn't stick to itself. So top, bottom, and as you peel. Then once we are done peeling all of the latex off, we are going to cut around the shape and glue on the spines. This was super easy. All I did was take some latex and put it onto the ear and fin pieces, and then once it dries a little bit, stick the spines on and you are good to go. After that, you are going to then apply the paste, smooth it out with your latex covered fingers, and then let that dry and move on to painting. I am using acrylic paints to paint my prosthetics, and I chose a light green to apply as the skin tone color. So I am just going to be sponging on the green to everything, and then the spines will be a light blue, and it's gonna ombre into yellows to the tips. This is really easy to do once you get the hang of it. Just remember to use different brushes until you are trying to blend 2 colors together. And then what I like to do to blend 2 colors together is use a sponge plus the 2 colors and just kind of dab them until they make a nice ombre effect. Then I am painting the insides of each spine purple, making sure that blends out as well. And then we're going to move on to our headpiece. What I did was I powdered it with a lot of powder as usual, peeled it off, and then took our latex sheet, marked out the skin that we wanted to go in between the spines, and cut it out. And then we latexed it to the latex that was already on the crown. Once that is dried, we went in and started to paint the headpiece. We are doing the same color scheme as the earpieces and fin pieces on the headpiece. Once you are done with painting the prosthetics, adding a black shadow around where the shadows would be really helps the pieces pop and look realistic. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make earrings and jewelry for our prosthetics. So what I did was I took some paper clips and I stripped the outer layer off, and I cut the metal into pieces, and I just bent them into hoops until they were a full circle. And then I added highlights to the headpiece, and then I started to put the earrings in. How I did this was I burnt one of the pieces of the paper clip, and I am putting holes into the headpiece, and then I'm just sliding the hoops in and closing them so that they don't fall out. I did this on both sides, and then I went in and glitzed the prosthetics out. So I added rhinestones everywhere and a chain to the headpiece, and then I also added dangly earrings to the earpieces as well. And then the last prosthetic piece I did was the webbing in between my fingers. All I did was take a latex sheet and marked my hands out, cut them out, and then painted them. And then we get to move on to makeup. So you're going to cover your eyebrows first before anything, and a trick to do this is to move the glue up and down until it becomes more movable, and then cover your eyebrows and set them with some powder after they dry. And then we're going to mark out where our headpiece is going to go so we don't paint onto the skin where it's going to be glued down. And we're going to paint our whole body lime green. A trick to doing a big area with body paint is to move fast. Once we are done with that, I'm going to highlight with some yellow underneath my eyes and on my collarbones, and then I'm going to go back in with green and blend it out, and then we're going to powder with translucent powder our whole entire body. And then we're going to go in and contour with a dark blue eyeshadow, and I am focusing the contour on the perimeter of my face, under my cheekbones, around my neck, and around my collarbones. And then we are going to pull down some lines across our chest and neck and go in with some black in the center of those lines just to bring back some dimension on the chest. And then we are going to go in and contour our nose and around our eye sockets with that same blue color. And then we're going to go in between each line on our chest and buff some purple into it to bring in some of the same purple that we used on our prosthetics. Then we're going to start to draw and carve out a symbol on our chest, and I'm gonna be honest, I totally just winged this. It was not planned. I just knew I wanted some kind of symbol on my chest. You can make this whatever you would like. And then what I did was I went in with some yellow body paint and a sponge to create some more texture on this look. And then I highlighted everywhere with the most blinding highlight that I could find. And then I went in and made some gill-like features along my jawline. And then we started on the eyes. So I am priming with a white base so that the colors that we use will really pop. I'm going in with purple first, and we are just going to put that in our crease. And then once that purple is blended out, we're going to go in with some black and add it to the inner and outer portions of our eye look. You will see me go on to my lids here and add some blue, but I ended up not liking that look and I just covered it in black anyways. So once the black is on, blend it out along the outer portion of the eye and underneath, and then you can move on to shading the underneath of our chest piece with some purple and adding it in any spots that really just need some color. Then we're going to go in with some yellow and blend that out along the edges of our smoky eye. And we're going to move on to brows. So the brows were really fun to do. What I did was draw them on first, and then I went in with a really, really tiny little brush, and I just flicked it up so that the eyebrows looked a little bit on the bushy side. And then we went in with the sponge again and dipped it into light blue and put that over our painting in certain spots as well to bring out some more texture. Then we did our eyeliner. I did a pretty dramatic liner, and then we also went in and did some little squigglies off of the liner to make it more textured, added some lashes, and added some glitter on the highlighted spots of our piece. And then we went in and did our lines on our chest, and I did the same thing, just a little bit thicker than the ones around our eyes. And then once we are done with those, we added some rhinestones to our collarbone and also started to apply our prosthetics. So I'm using spirit gum as usual, and once that is stuck to my forehead, I am just going to glitz this out more and apply some rhinestones around the headpiece and earpieces, put on a wig, and did our lips. I'm doing a purple plum lip here. And then I'm going to paint my hands and apply some nails and glue on the webbing onto my hand. And that is it. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm really hoping that I get into the top 30 of the Nyx Face Awards this year. I am super excited. I worked so hard on this look and I really love the way it came out. Please, before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free. It's that little red button down there. And if you click it and then click the bell notification on, you will never miss another one of my videos. I also have a Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. By the way, this look, if you turn the hand, it's not good one way. It's really good the one way. I do most of my talking to y'all over on those platforms, and I hope you go follow me over there as well. That's where I will keep you guys up to date on the Face Awards the most, because it's a lot easier to, you know, put out a post than to make a whole YouTube video. But that is it, and I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!